Hello. Not sure why I'm filming, but I thought why not, since I'm not sleeping anyway. I don't know what's wrong with me, you know. I'm feeling real down lately. I keep having these thoughts that I know I shouldn't be having. It's like I'm getting like depression thoughts, like no one cares, no one gives a f***. You're the only person in the world that cares, like if you just died everyone would be better off. Part of me really does believe that, but then part of me is like, yeah, but you know that's not true. Is life worth living if I just keep being like depressed, happy for a couple of years, and then depressed again for another 10 years, and then happy for a couple of years, and then depressed again for another 10 years? Like, that's how it feels like my life is going to go, and I really hope that's not true. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I've made videos about depression on my channel before. Actually, I think just one, but I usually talk about it like kind of in videos. I made a proper video where I was much more optimistic and I was recovered, and you know, I'd gone through like an 8 or 9 year battle with depression, and I was like cured, or so I thought. And my outlook was very much more positive, and I wish I could go back to that. And when I watched that video back and I see myself that way, I thought that if I ever got depressed again, it would jog my memory and like make me remember what it's like to be happy and make me remember what it's like to come out on the other side. But it's actually really weird and has the opposite effect. And I think you just have to give it time, and I know that sucks and that's not what you want to hear, but that's just what you have to do. I am happy with life despite the fact that things aren't great right now, because there is a difference from depression and being sad, and it's just such a different feeling. Like, it's not like agonizing, it's dealable, do you know what I mean? It's just a normal emotion, it's not like intense. I just want you to know that, yeah, it gets better. That's it. That's the whole point of this video. That's the whole reason I just made myself do this. This is torture. If you don't want to hear this, and this isn't your type of thing, and you don't want to get triggered, or you don't think it will help you to hear these things, or you just prefer my happier content, then feel free to click away. Please don't unsubscribe. I would much prefer it if you just clicked away and then just wait for my next happy video. I've been wanting to film so badly because like YouTube is something that really helps me out and really helps me to feel better and stuff. But I've been forcing myself to like put on this fake persona of like happiness and stuff on YouTube, and when I'm editing it I feel like it's coming across fake, but then I don't know. Like, I don't know if people can tell or not, and I just don't feel right about it. Also, this focus is really bad. I'm also torn on whether to put this out there, because I'm like, I don't want negativity out there, but at the same time, I don't care anymore. For the last few months, I've been feeling really down, and I don't really have a lot of good days. So, oh god, I'm gonna cry. I know I am. I can always tell when I'm gonna cry. I can just always tell, and I'm so sorry. If you don't like crying, click away now. Every day I tell myself, I try and pick myself up, and I'm like, you can do better today. You can be alone even. I've tried to distance myself from friends and that didn't work either. I just felt like a burden. I just feel like a burden on everybody, to be honest. And when I've opened up to people about wanting to kill myself, the response has never been, I guess, what I wanted it to be. I guess if you open up to someone about that, you kind of, I guess there's nothing they can say to you when you're in that mental state, but you definitely don't expect to get like hatred back and like angry messages back, and then them to just ignore you for the rest of the night, and you're kind of just sat there like, do you want me to do it? And then you feel more like a burden. And the thing is, okay, this video is all over the place. I don't even know what I'm saying. I really should have figured out what I was going to say. I felt myself getting worse and worse, and I'm trying not to do bad things. Like, I was clean from self-harming for, I think it was 8 years or something, I figured out, until last year. And then a whole load of different events happened, and unfortunately I went back there, and the thoughts just came back really quickly, and I was like, don't do this, like, you know it doesn't help. Like, and for the longest time I was able to fight it. For months I just pushed away the thoughts and it was easy. It started to get more prominent and more, it was more and more every day. I've gone through like streaks of not doing it. I don't do it as often as I was, but there was this horrible time last summer where I was doing it like every day really badly. And when I was a teenager, I wouldn't, I've spoke about this before, I wouldn't full on cut myself, like it wouldn't be deep or anything, barely even enough to bleed. If anything, it was more grazing the skin so that I would feel a bit pain. But this time it was like enough to get blood on a bathroom floor type of situation, and in situations where I really shouldn't have been doing it. And I tried to stop doing it, and I keep going through these phases of I'm clean, but the gaps get smaller and smaller each time. So like I'll be 2 months clean, and then bam, I'll do it again, and then it's 1 month, and then bam, I'll do it again, and then it's only 2 weeks I can handle. Bam, I do it again, it's only 3 days. I really don't know what I want from this video. I guess I'm just sick of feeling alone and like there's no way out, because when you go through depression twice, it's like, what's the point? Like, I'm just gonna keep going through this horrible life cycle. Like, I'm only 24 and this is the second time in my life that this has happened, and the last time it happened it dragged on for so many years, and I lost so many years to unhappiness. And now I'm a young adult, and I feel like it's gonna go on until I'm like 30 or something, and then I'll get better for 5 years, and then oh, it'll come back for 10 years again. It's like, well, what's the point, you know? And I can't really reach out to anybody anymore. And in my other video I said, you know, I need to start reaching out to people, and I'd never let myself suffer alone again, and I tried to follow that advice, but it caused more issues than anything. And everybody, almost people that I opened up to, it just caused arguments, and they said I was bringing everything on myself, which is true. I have brought a lot of my own misfortune this year on myself, and last year, and I know that I have, and I can't even control it, and I feel like I'm going insane. I guess I've realised a lot of things, like social media is toxic, oversharing on Twitter especially. I've stopped doing that for, I've lost count now actually, maybe 2 weeks. Probably, I hope. It feels like months, but I've stopped using Twitter in general, because especially when I'd been drinking and shit like that, I'd go on there and I'd spill the deepest, darkest shit, and it would hurt because I have a few friends on Twitter, not many. And I'd realise that they probably saw that when I'm deleting them in a hurry the next morning. I'm like, oh shit. I realised that they most likely saw my tweets, and not a single one of them reached out to me or tried to see if I was okay, or nothing. And I do wonder if it's because it's been going on so long that people get fed up of your negativity, because at the end of the day other people don't want to see you in a bad place. They only want to know the best version of you, and that's something that I've learned a lot this year, is no one wants to see you this way. And this is horrible to say, I'm gonna take back all of my advice from my video from years ago, and maybe I'll change my mind again soon, hopefully soon, but I don't think that you should reach out to anyone. I think that you should, this sounds so bad, I think that you should suffer alone. I'm not saying everyone I've reached out to has been completely unhelpful. There have been a few select people that have stopped me from from doing stupid things, and they don't know it. Majority of people I've been shocked by the savageness, I guess, and how much they truly don't care. Like, really, it's terrible. And this is the thing, I made a tweet a couple of weeks ago about how, well, it feels like a couple of weeks ago, about how I felt really alone and how I felt like I had no friends, and it caused an argument and I started crying and it was proper embarrassing, and then I felt like I'd fucked up even more for expressing my feelings. And sometimes I'm like, are they gaslighting me, or am I actually having valid feelings right now? Because I literally came out to one friend, I don't want to cause shit, basically said I wanted to kill myself, and it's because I'd been drinking, okay? You know how it is, okay? The response I got shocked me, like really shocked me. I have some footage from a little while ago if I didn't delete it. I don't know if I did or not. I might insert it in because a while ago I made the decision not to share it because it was quite a dark video and at quite a bad time, but I think some of the things I say kind of sum up my frame of mind at the moment, and right now I'm so tired and I don't have the energy to actually muster up what I'm trying to say. They are quite bad and I look a wreck and it's me at my lowest, so I might not. And I just feel like no one really cares. Like, they don't. At first my friends were seeing if I was okay and checking in on me, and now I can tell no one wants to know, no one cares. No one wants me calling them every day, having a breakdown. No one wants to know you when you're not okay. People only want to know the best version of you. It doesn't matter what they say. Like, to be honest, if I had a friend that was coming to me every day, fucking this is too close to my face right now. If I had a friend that was coming to me every day crying, saying they wanted to fucking die, I don't think I would take it seriously either. I'm tweeting into a void that no one's hearing. And I know I shouldn't tweet that shit. I know I shouldn't. I know that I shouldn't be putting my stuff all over the internet. But it's just what I always used to do. I used to just tweet how depressed I was, and again, no one would message me or anything because I had no friends at the time. And what sucks now is that I have all my friends on Twitter. And it's not like I'm doing it to try and get a reaction out of them or anything, because I know they don't care, because I've told them how I feel, and but it's like, I tweet something quite bad, actually. Sometimes I tweet really bad things, and then I delete it afterwards, because I'm like, that was a stupid thing to tweet, but I don't know where else to go anymore, because I don't want to actually talk to human beings about it, so I just go to Twitter. Maybe I should just make, like, an anonymous fucking Twitter page, you know, and just tweet on there. It would be much healthier for me and everyone else that knows me. None of them are concerned. No one cares. It's like they'll make jokes and stuff, and I can deal with self-deprecating humour because I've always done it. And it's always the way I've got through things, is I just take the piss out of myself, because I'm so used to everyone else taking the piss out of me and putting me down that I just do it too. Because why not? It's easier. You know, it's easier to take the piss out of yourself than to just let other people do it all the time. And even if they join in, I'm like, oh, it's fine, because I started it. I'm the one saying shit about myself. But sometimes it's too far. I've taken myself off my medication because I didn't think I'd need it. Didn't think I'd need it. Do it. Maybe one day in the future I'll use this footage for some kind of learning message or something, but I don't know when it's going to get better, you know? It's like 2 a.m. and I keep sleeping like 2 hours a night, and then going to work, and I can't. It feels like no one wants me anywhere. See, this is what happens. This is the first night this week that I haven't had a friend to stay with me, and I'm having a breakdown. And all I want to do right now is call someone. But every time I call someone when I'm like this, they assume I'm drunk. Everyone thinks I have some kind of drinking problem and I don't. And that sounds so, like, who would believe this right now? But I'm trying to get to sleep. And it's not even that my mind won't shut up anymore. It's just like, I don't even know. It's just this feeling of, like, hopelessness. This woman who I think used to be in Love Island, she killed herself, right? And I'm reading the article, and all I found, every time, all her family and friends, oh, she was the happiest person, she was so full of life. But then in the article it then goes on to say, all she ever did was tweet about her anxiety and how she can't stop thinking and she just wants it to stop and she can't sleep, and it's like the signs were right in front of her friends and family and they just act oblivious to it. No one wants to act like they would have done something if they knew. No, because you all know. You just don't want to face it. You don't want to face the reality that someone's dealing with shit. I don't know how else to reach out for help. Honestly, I've reached out everywhere, mate. Usually, I don't reach out for any help, but I've literally gone to every person I can think of and said, I'm not okay. Like, I don't even know what I want from them. I just want people to know, like, I'm not okay. Like, can you give me a break? Like, can you, like, maybe be considerate about the things you're saying to me? Oh, man. Oh, I don't have any shame about putting videos up on my channel having a full breakdown. I truly don't care. I actually don't give a fuck. And I know people take the fucking piss out of it, which is actually kind of disgusting when you see someone in this state. You're like, well, attention seeker, like, I'm a fucking good actor then. Honestly, I should go to Hollywood. I guess I just wanted to say, if I'm not posting too regularly at the moment, it's because I just can't bring myself to. Hating who you are is a horrible feeling, and I can't explain it, like, unless you've truly hated yourself, like, actually hated yourself. It's very hard to explain. But a lot of things have happened, and I've done some self-reflecting, and I know I'm not perfect, but I've always tried to be a good person, and it feels like, it does feel like the whole world's against me, and like, oh, karma's hitting me for something, but I know that a lot of it is caused by my own actions, but I can't stop it at the same time. It's hard to explain. Like, I feel like I'm on a self-destruct that doesn't stop. If you're having suicidal thoughts, or I at the moment, it's difficult to even focus at work because I'll be thinking about it all the time. It never goes away. It's constant, and it's starting to get really irritating. Like, I can't even sleep anymore. On the opposite side of the scale, and I'll sleep for like 20 hours straight, and I'm not kidding, on a day off, and waste my entire day off, and then I'm back at work feeling depressed again. So, or like these last 3 days, I haven't had a single bit of sleep, and it's because, like, my mind, it doesn't shut up, and it's a terrible feeling. Think of the worst person that's ever bullied you, been so nasty to you. Imagine they're stuck in your head and they never shut up, like it never stops, like it's constant bullying in your mind. Imagine that. I guess I just wanted to make this to say, if there's anybody out there that wants to talk to me, I would appreciate it. I'm not going to pretend that I'm doing this to be selfless or a good person, or I'm doing this to help other people only. I also would like to be selfish and talk to some people. For me, people on the internet, strangers, seem to be more understanding than people that I know in real life, and I don't want that to start issues with people in real life that might watch this, because there are a few good people in my life. It's hard, like, when people start a fight with you over something that literally, like, depression is a full-on fucking illness, it's a disease, so it makes you think things, even if someone is telling you every day, I love you and I care about you, still in your head you're going to think, I'm a burden to them, they want me gone, I should just kill myself, they're better off without me. And so it did shock me when people were taking it out on me, because I know it hurt them, I know my words hurt them, but also I do think they should think that they might actually need someone, but at the same time try and give them space and don't take it to heart, because not everything is about you, if you know what I mean. In the nicest way possible, like not everything is because you've done something wrong or said something wrong. Sometimes it's simply just that someone needs space to sort themselves out. Like, the amount of times I've said to friends, look, you have to give me space because my anxiety and depression is so high right now that I'm going to start a fight over something petty and stupid that usually I wouldn't. And we're going to get in an argument. And then we do get in an argument and I'm like, I told you to give me space. Like, it's not like I know that I'm not being rational or in the right mindset, so why did you have to bring it up? Like, I don't want to talk about it. I always see these tweets that's like, oh, you can talk to me anytime you want if any of my friends are struggling, but let me tell you now, that's all bullshit. No one actually cares, okay? And I know that's a horrible thing to say, but I truly believe only you can get yourself better. I think that's the only thing that I still truly believe. And this is what I'm trying to come to terms with, is like, human beings are selfish and that's okay. Like, I'm selfish in suffering on my own and all I think about is myself and wanting to kill myself and la la la. Like, it is selfish what I'm doing in my head, so I have to think like it's selfish to want other people to care about me, if you know what I mean, because they shouldn't have to. I'm making literally no sense, but I've had no sleep for like 3 days, so please. I also wanted to say, if there's any of my friends that are feeling the same way, I know I didn't go completely into it, but to be honest, I'll be a complete meltdown if I completely go into all my thoughts, and I don't want to trigger anyone too much. If anyone's feeling the same way that I am every single day, and you feel like you never have a good day, no matter how positive you set out to be, and it feels like the world is ending every day, you cry every day, you have panic attacks every day, or you just in general feel numb every day and you're starting to get real fed up with it, just know that my inbox is always open and I'll try to talk to you about it, because even though I can't really help or give you advice because I'm in the same boat as you, it's like, at least we can both relate and we can, I don't know, support each other, I guess. I truly don't have any hatred towards anybody anymore except myself, and I mean that wholeheartedly with all of my heart. I don't hate anyone. I hate myself. So I just don't know how you can knock a person when they're down. Like, my mum made a good point that she was watching an article. She was watching a documentary that said that people that share that they're depressed online are the ones that often end up killing themselves, because people in real life and shit and strangers online end up pushing them over the edge. And I think that's so barbaric and sad and awful that people try and reach out for help, and you think that the world is woke. That's what I thought. That's why I started tweeting and shit. I was like, surely someone will be there for me because of the world we live in now. But it's not like that at all. It's all a facade that people put on to be woke and to, you know, to fit in with this this culture that we have of caring for people. It's not real. I don't know what I wanted from this video other than to rant. I thought it would be nice to just have a sit down chat video, do a little Trisha Paytas. I'm not on a kitchen floor, but I'm on a bedroom floor. If you're feeling in a really bad place, don't turn to a friend, because that's definitely a mistake and you will worry them. I don't want to worry anybody, but no one's worried. Do you see what I mean? I'm so like, are people worried? I don't know, do they care? So the other day I went to my first suicide hotline, so they were actually quite helpful. I was always quite doubtful about that, but it definitely distracted me at least. They might not have been the most helpful, but it definitely distracted me enough that I ended up passing out from being drunk and crying myself to sleep. So having someone to talk to that wasn't a friend that was going to start on me, someone that was just listening, was really nice. So I'll leave a link in the description to the one that I reached out to, and maybe a couple of others. I can't say much on them because I've only ever done that once, So that was a new low for me. But it definitely helped me and stopped me from doing anything stupid that night. Seems a bit inappropriate, but you can like, you can comment, and you can subscribe. I make new videos every single week, or at least I try to. I might not be posting too much right now, I'm not sure. But the way things are going at the moment, no. And I'm sorry for oversharing again, but at this point in my life, I've overshared so much, it's too late. I'm at the point of no return, so I might as well keep doing it and helping other people, do you know what I mean? So anyway, I'm gonna go now. Thanks for listening. I should get a therapist. Goodbye.